You know, when I thought about moving to the Alps, I didn't think it would be this cold. Like, I knew it would be cold, but not this cold. Like, every time I break my blocks, my hands might shatter and fall off cold. Last year I spent living lavishly along the beach, and I'm stuck freezing my ass off just to build this stupid castle. I've got one life, and I choose it buried in a snowstorm. The snow has finally started to clear up, and the sky seems to be getting a little bit brighter with each second. My cathedral is coming along at some rate. It's being built, and I hope that eventually I'll have a place that can actually keep warm in the middle of this so cold desert. I don't even know what to call it. But that's the plan. The plan is to make something that is warm, something that's pretty comfortable and somewhere that I can actually live in without freezing to death. And I swear this jumper that I'm wearing only gets colder and colder. Today, I really want to get started on this top of the pillar, the top of the tower. And we're going to see what happens. Although the village over there is deserted by now, with the zombies getting most of the villagers and the rest of them disappearing into the mountains, I don't know where they went. I've managed to make home with one of the villagers, and he sits in here. He seems protected, at least, and gives me awful trades. I'd much love a mending book, if anything, but I don't think I'm gonna get one. He seems very uncooperative right now. Just eating in the mountain. Ugh. But for the top of this tower, we start using the copper, and I'm excited to see how the copper starts to look at the very top of my cathedral. I think the plan is to start by making a ring of this jungle wood around here, which will act as my little base for my dome on top, which I connect to the pillars underneath with my beautiful little archways that I've been building. I think I'll connect up my pillars like this. That way, it makes it easy for me to place the blocks where they need to be and keep the right shape. I think I managed to find one of the runaway villagers. He was creeping up the mountain around from the village, and I grabbed him in this little boat. Fortunately, he's stuck under a little archway, so I don't think he's going to burn up, but maybe there's a chance we can rescue this guy and add him to my little friend over there. We'll see. I might have some materials hanging around. Yes, it looks good. Let's throw that on that guy and see if he's see if he'll be happy. Maybe we'll get some better trades. Last night I managed to add this ring around the top part, and as much as it looks great, I think I want to add those archways in like I've done below, using the trapdoors and the fences and the stairs. I think that'll make those archways look so much cleaner. And while we're up there, I think it's worth finishing off that little ring that we've got going on. I spent a few hours listening to the stories of the villager, how she saved to send her daughter to engineering at a university run by an ex-redstone healer, and how she loved fishing in the summertime when the salmon were swimming upstream. But something stuck with me. She told me so many stories of so many of the villages around here becoming more and more deserted, with so many villagers trying to find warmer climates. I'm starting to worry that my decision to move here might have been a bad one. I spent yesterday building the tower, or the dome, and it looks gorgeous. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I think once the glass is put in, this place is going to look absolutely magnificent. The idea is that we can walk into here and there's this giant tower that we can look up, and there's stained glass going all the way up to reach the highest into the sky. And as the glass gets hit by the sun, it keeps all the warmth trapped inside my giant cathedral. As the idea was so that the top would be less oxidized as the bottom. The top, I've used acacia and copper to really show that orangeness that you would get from a copper cathedral. The idea is that the glass will continue all the way down the sides of the dome, but I haven't quite decided if I want that to be colored glass or not. I think the effect with the sun coming through the archways looks absolutely gorgeous. Putting these shadows and lighting all within my base, I think it's going to look absolutely stunning by the time it's all finished. The next part is to start on this dome here. And the idea is as we walk through this first entrance, we get to look into this tiny little dome, a little archway up the top. And as we continue, it opens up into this giant one in here. And I think it looks stunning. As this place is so cold, things don't tend to grow very well. And so I want to make the inside of this warmed by campfires and by lanterns and lamps, and each of these little breakout spaces be full of life and plants. Even these corridors full of plants as we can walk through here and really feel at home inside the cathedral. There's a lot of work to do, but I think this is going to be the next step. Once we've got this put in place, we can start working on actually making this place feel a little bit more enclosed than open in the middle like that. I'm really happy with how this build has come along, and while it's all freehand, I think the shapes and architecture really worked out quite well. I know this episode is a little bit different from how I've been doing my recent hardcore episodes, and I'm honestly just ready for a change in how I'm making content, with a much bigger focus on storytelling, because I think I'm actually really good at it. And let me tell you, it is hard doing it by myself. But if you're enjoying it so far, consider subscribing and leaving a comment. I really do appreciate all the support. The plan from here is to complete this little dome that I'm working on. Then we'll look at filling in all the open spaces with glass. It's going to be a lot of glass, but we'll get through it. The second tower is kind of done. Not, kind of. But the scaffolding and the, side things, they're all done. And I love how it looks. I think the two archways, or the two domes, look so good together. And now that I see all the colors together, it actually works out really well. Trying to figure out the colors to use for this space at the start was like, I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to try and figure it out as we go. But it actually looks so pretty. Now the colors are going away because it's going nighttime. But I'm so happy with how it looks. And the next step is obviously trying to put in the glass, figuring out where we go from there. It's kind of hard to get an actual nice shot of this from underneath it or from around my base. You kind of have to be a little bit further away, but I've used the same motif of these archways throughout the build, and I think putting them into this mini dome thing worked out really, really well. And this, the height you get out of this first shape is so lovely. And I think I can actually take this away now. Oh, it looks so good. Oh my god. The shape up there, it looks so cool. It's like a star, almost like a... It's almost like you can look up into the sky and see the night stars just in the base itself. And I actually love that idea. Maybe I should play into it a little bit more when I'm detailing. And it's even better when we walk in here and we get these giant archways extending all the way into the sky. Oh, it just looks absolutely stunning. I'm so happy with how this is turning out. I think once this place is done, it's going to look absolutely gorgeous. And it's actually going to feel like home sooner rather than later. And I need that now. The snow's getting thicker and heavier with each day. And just last night, we had a snowstorm come through and blow all this snow in. Like, it's actually coating the place white. And of course, it starts snowing again. Winter is definitely coming. And it's coming a lot faster than I would think. I know I need to get this place figured out, and I know I need to get it figured out very quickly. Otherwise, I'm going to be 6 feet under, buried in the snow. But looking at this place, once it's done, it's going to look gorgeous being able to look out, even in snowy days like this, and seeing just how pretty the whole place is. Like these giant windows, oh, it's going to look so good. The next step from here, I think, is adding a roof onto here so I can stop all the snow falling in from the roof every time it snows. And then adding the glass to these archways. Still haven't figured out if I want them to be stained or not. I really haven't figured that one out, and I think it's going to take a little bit of trial and error to see what kind of shape I want that to look, or what kind of colors I want to use in there. I know for up here, I want to use kind of interesting building technique where we use perspective to make a bit more of an art piece up the top. So I'm not too sure how that's going to work. I haven't really figured it out, but I'm excited to see what it might look like. I hope you've all really enjoyed watching me build my cathedral. It's coming along and it's getting a bit more coated in snow now that it's starting to snowstorm again, but we're going to manage, and we're going to manage well. I think it's going to look amazing once we actually get it set up. There's still a lot of work to do, and each day that I work on here, I think more and more about how I'm going to integrate it into the terrain, even with the idea of adding in like a little township along the underside of the cathedral. Like maybe there was a little cliff that all these townspeople lived along, and you know, that cathedral would stand behind it. But I don't know, I'm still figuring it out as we go. But importantly, we need to survive winter, and if that means bunkering down for a little bit, then I think that's going to be what it takes. I'm going to go try and figure myself out a better jacket. This thing, I'm not good. It's so cold. It's so cold here. So I'm going to go figure that out between next time I see you, I promise. And we're actually going to get this thing looking good. And a roof over our heads, please. I would love that. That'd be so nice. But I hope you have a great night, and hopefully I'm not dead the next time you see me. Hopefully I'm still alive. And if you enjoyed today's episode, you should definitely subscribe and check out the recent episodes in the hardcore world, because I think it's fun. So have a great night, and I'll catch you soon. Don't freeze to death, okay? Whatever you do, don't freeze. I want you to see where I take this, and wish that I don't die, please. That'd be nice too. All right. Gotcha.